Hayward, California will always have a special place in my heart. I was born in San Francisco, but Hayward's the first city I truly considered home. This city, these people, this culture helped shape the person I am today. Moving away the day I finished 8th grade was a real turning point in my life. I didn't want to leave at all. High school with the homies was just a summer away, but when you're 14 and your mom wants to move to Reno, you move into Reno. Ain't no choice in the matter. Unknowingly, I was moving toward music. Every subsequent relocation later in my life did this. Sacramento, back to Reno, LA, and then back home to the Bay. As I started to put together the ideas that would become Hayward's Hotel, I knew I wanted to go about it differently than any of my previous releases. By now, we all know the traditional cycle of an album being released. Promote on social media, drop a single, promote on social media, release a video, promote on social media. Album drops, promote on social media. Repeat the cycle. Nothing against that method, but I wanted to challenge myself by not doing the traditional. Keeping quiet about what I was working on was tough. As an artist, you always want validation for your work, and social media gives that almost instantly. Resisting the urge for that instant gratification actually helped me to lock in and focus on the task at hand. Trying to create the best record of my career while paying homage to the place I call home. Now I'm going to show you how I went about that process. So let's start from the beginning. Not Hayward, Sacramento. I owe a great deal of my music career to Sacramento. I'm glad I decided to move there and stay for 13 years. If I didn't, I wouldn't have met some of my greatest friends and had some of the best experiences of my life. For one, I was blessed enough to meet the Cuff, my big brother. Those guys had my back from the very beginning. The crew was always like family. They taught me a lot about the game that I had no clue about coming into it. Rocking shows, dedication to perfecting the craft, practice, making albums, the do-it-yourself model. I learned a lot by watching, but they put me in the game as well. I got a lot of opportunities that they weren't giving to other artists at the time. Hell, I guess I was just lucky. Without them, I wouldn't be the artist or the person I am today. Sacramento in general gives you a certain type of vibe, real creative energy. It's hip-hop for real. When I first got there, I didn't know how deep the shit was. The scene wasn't as visible as today. It was kind of like a secret society. Those who knew, knew. I made my way in that scene via battling. What up, Omega? Once I found it, the rest is history. I was lucky enough to be around a bunch of like-minded individuals who had the same kind of energy. Making dope music, having fun. That's what it was all about at that point. Sac is always going to be somewhere that I look at as home. Just as much as the Bay, just as much as Reno, because Sacramento shaped me as an artist, creator, and a person. So in essence, man, Sac is just Sac. The 916 is always going to be one of those places for me. Real talk. What I wanted to do with Hayward's Hotel was say thank you to the Bay Area. Thank you to Hayward for being home, for being my foundation, for making me the person I am. My vibe, my energy, the way I move is Bay Area. It's because of where I'm from. Hayward's Hotel was a way for me to think about and process some of the experiences I had when I was younger before I moved away. It's also a way to show pride. Hayward, California is home. When people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from the Bay. Where at? I'm from Hayward. Born in San Francisco and lived there, but I'm from Hayward. If you know me, you know I've been hella places. For real. But Hayward's always gonna be number one. So with this album, I wanted to explore some of the things that happened in life to help make me who I am. Starting with the first song you hear on the record, Tennyson Road, which is me basically explaining why I left, how that hurt, and where I've been since to come back full circle. From that title, Tennyson Road, if you from South Hayward, you know Tennyson Road is a main artery. My whole 8th grade life was on Tennyson Road. From school, to the 7-Eleven, to my house right off the block, to Cecil's Burgers, to the Eden Youth Center with the old dirt bike track, my boy Harold living right off of Russ, to my little brother's babysitter down on Pompano. That road was life to me back then. So what better way to start my album about Hayward than to go into that aspect of it? So these songs like Tennyson Road, Looking in the Mirror, Heart of the Bay, Cecil's Burgers, these are the songs I'm most attached to on this album because these are the records where I really, really talk about Hayward and what it means to me, plus some of the things I went through. This is something that I never knew I wanted to do until I actually started doing it. Life tends to present ideas to me in various ways. Once I started to write and make the beats for this album, the idea kind of snowballed. I'm really proud of what it became. I'm also proud of the fact that I finally made the album I've been striving to make my entire career. And if this happens to be the last Lefty Rose album, I went out at the top of my game. I went out the way I wanted to go out. Is this my last album? I honestly don't know, but it very well could be. I'll continue to release music. I'm gonna stay producing. But last album? Possibly. It takes a lot to create an album. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the albums. I engulf myself in these things, and that's not the easiest thing to do. If an artist tells you it's easy to create an album, they bullshit. They bullshitting you, they lying to you, and they trying to be cool. Fuck all that cool shit. I'ma be real with you. This shit is hard as fuck when you care about it like I care about it. So to commit to another album is a process that I don't know if I'ma do, to be honest with you. If I don't, this was the one, and I'm damn proud of it. If you ever want to define me to anybody, if somebody asks you, what should I hear? You'll probably want to play them this. I've made other songs and albums that I love, and other people love as well. But this is the one. So play them this first, and then go from there. Peace.